of the cathedral that's going to serve our community and transform the lives of thousands for hopefully hundreds of years. Which one do you want to build the wall with? The second one, right? Because the second one's not just selling houses. He is transforming the lives of people inside his community by helping them with home ownership. He's helping people become, solvent, or better yet, financially wealthy through investing in real estate. And he or she is building a team that can sell 50, 75, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000 transactions a year and make millions of dollars in the process. You with me? This one's making a wall, selling some houses now and then, and this one is building something. Which one are you? Which one should you be? Which one should you be? So do me a favor, write this down. You ready? In 5 years, what's your business going to look like? You're going to be in business. You're going to be alive. None of you you don't look to be in the range of my client Maxine Gellens, who we've been having this conversation for 23 years. What are we building? I'm thinking about doing this, Tom. You know what's great now? Her grandson, Zach, who's 23, sold 13 houses last year, not one of them given by grandma or his aunt. He self-generated every single one of them because I said, if we feed him too much, he'll be a soft little bitch. Instead, let's make him a man. How many of you are with me on this? That's not old school. That's just how I was raised. Work ethic, be smart, do the right thing, right, over and over again. And now, guess what we're building? His last name is Gellens. He will take over the business. Maxine will retire one day and just gamble full time and go to baseball games because that's all she really wants to do. Marty's 55. She's already in a position to retire, but Zach's only 23. He's going to need another 7 to 10 years before he's mature enough to take over the team. What are you building? God, I just came here to get some marketing ideas. I'm still thinking about Instagram. Let's keep going. You ready? Now, questions to clarify your vision. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but here's what it is. What does your dream business look like in 5 years? What does your dream business look like? I've got 2 assistants, 5 salespeople. We do 100 transactions a year. I work 4 days a week, and I make $800,000 net to me. That sounds good, right? Okay, you got the energy, girl. Now it's just writing it out and saying, okay, what do I need to build in 22? What do I need to build in 23? What do I need to build in 24? Because you don't build the 5-year vision tomorrow. You build towards the 5-year vision. Does that make sense? Now, let's keep jamming. You ready? Oh, by the way, Kobe Bryant, former workout partner of mine, God bless him, who passed, 100 Acre, the most successful wine in the world right now with 29 perfect wines, my buddy's wine, and Jennifer Tackney, one of my clients, who told me, Tom, you don't understand. My parents, the way I grew up, no one had any money. We're always basically, she basically said, we're all kind of just screwed because of lineage. I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit about that. What do you want? Well, I don't know. I'm afraid to write it down. What if I fail? I'm like, fail? You're already failing. How could it get worse? What if you move forward, fall on your face, and learn from it like every other human being on the planet? Fast version, you ready? In 5 years, she went from about $800,000 in debt. She has $1.2 million cash in the bank, and her house is paid off. You with me? Her life has been transformed, but guess what she did? She said, what am I building? I'm building a business. I can't even get to the clicker fast enough. She said, I'm building a business that's going to pay me X amount of dollars because I care so much for my clients and I serve them like crazy and we're going to make a fortune. Make sense? You got to get clear on what you want. All right, let's go to the next one. I got to do this real quick because my clicker is going a little slow. Oh, by the way, examples. We're the #1 team in our marketplace. We're the most 5-star review business in town. We've won best place to work in El Paso. Wouldn't that be rad for a real estate team when best place to work in El Paso? I like that. Hey, we help 25 or 2,500 families buy and sell real estate while adding 2 investment properties a year to our portfolio. This is what people are thinking about right now in real estate. Yes. Okay, so let's keep jamming. Number 2 is you got to know what your motivation is. You got to know what your motivation is. How old are you, man?
37.
37. Former military or no? Okay. Always in El Paso?
Yes.
Okay. Come from a family of lots of abundance and lots of wealth?
No.
Okay, so me too. You with me? Kicked out of both parents' houses, right? lived on the streets from 16 until about 17 when my brother was like, hey man, you want to come take the other room in our apartment and pay for half? I was like, can I please? You with me? Barely got through 5 high schools, got a GED, never went to college. You with me? Who cares?
What's your why?
Thank you very much. You know what my ambition is? Dude, the day I got married, I said, you know what? I'm going to change the family tree forever. Then the day I had my first child, when they said, here's your first child, I said, who do I need to be as a man to earn the right to have this kid call me dad? I can almost cry just thinking about it. All I do every day is work to be the guy that my boys think I am.
And to be a good role model.
To be a good role model. You with me? That's it. Now, here's the flip side. You ready? I also believe in abundance. I believe the more money that I make, the more people I can help. So whether it was building an orphanage in Africa, which my boys and I did, right? Or it's helping CASA, Child Advocate Services, helping kids that are in the system. Most of my stuff is going to be very kid-oriented. So I'm going to go make as much money as I can to help as many kids as I can. Does that make sense? That's what drives me. What drives you? What drives you? Yours could be, ready? I'm so sick and tired of not having money. I want to have $100,000 saved in my bank. I want to pay off my house. I want to own 3 investment properties. You with me on this? It doesn't matter, but you got to have something. You got to have something. So here's the way I look at it. You ready? Here's the big 5, right? Here's the big 5. If those 5 aren't working in your life, we need to change your motivation. If your health goals aren't set, if you're not clear on like what you want to do from a health, if the pandemic taught us anything, it taught us we better get our immune system right. Right or wrong, guys? Right or wrong, guys? Ooh. Get your vitamin D, vitamin C, all that stuff, right? That's what it taught us. Ready? What are your relationship goals? Who's married? Raise your hands really high. Ask them to marry you again. See what they say. Guys, I married my wife 3 times. The first time she knew what was coming. The second time I was in Mexico and I set up this whole crazy thing sitting at the pool. I was like, hey baby, I was at the thing getting you a magazine, and guess what? There was a gal there saying, take family photos, so I signed us up for it. And she goes, family photos? I was thinking bikini, pool, margaritas all day. And I was like, don't worry about it. She goes, I have nothing to wear. I said, I packed that cute white dress. She goes, what white dress? I'm like, the one that was out. She was like, there was no dress out. I'm like, of course there was. That's why I packed it. She's like, what? And I'm like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. She's like, well, now my hair is going to be a mess. You know, there was a box that said, do hair and makeup. So I checked that. She's like, there was a box that said hair and makeup? I go, yeah, I checked that. So the girl's going to come and she's going to do your hair and makeup, and you got that white dress. She's like, what about the boys? I go, well, I brought the little cute tan shorts and the blue shirt that you like so much. She's like, for both of them? I go, yeah. She goes, what the hell are you up to? And I was like, I'm going to get another margarita. I'll be right back. Next morning, gal shows up, does her hair and makeup. We get in a golf cart. We're cruising down the beach. And she looks out and she sees a mariachi band and what's clearly something going on. And she's like, oh, look. And I'm like, honey, one day, if I work hard enough, I'm going to buy a house like this. Just trying to distract her. We pull up. This person walks up and she's like, Mrs. Ferry, thank you so much for renewing your vows here at our hotel in front of your children. And she goes, and starts crying. I'm like, wait, we do your makeup. We're going to do photos. Like, don't. I got no less than 75 text messages from my guy friends, dick, jerk, asshole. I was like, hey man, you're the one that took your wife to Denny's. Like, step it up, bro. Step it up. Just saying. Ready? Next one. Okay? Here's a big question. What are you no longer willing to stand for? What are you no longer willing to stand for? What do you know? Like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of going like this, rich, poor, rich, poor. I'm sick and tired of waking up in the morning and not knowing what's going to happen next in my business. I'm sick and tired of investors that only want to pay me 1%, but it's the only business I have, so I take it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You get like that, you will change. Here's the thing, you ready? Without meaningful goals, you run on empty. With goals, you're on full. You're ready to go. So I know it's like 13th or 14th of the beginning of the year, but do you guys know by the 17th of this month, 90% of all goal setters stop doing what they said they were going to do? You got 3 more days, and then the whole thing just goes. Because most people set a New Year's resolution and start smoking weed on the 17th. It's the way it is. Number 3, now I'm going to get a little more advanced with you, so I hope you're ready to take some notes. Create a simple action plan. Recognizing that what got me here, it's not going to get me there. So I don't need to change everything, but I got to change something. I got to make some adjustments, or I'm just going to do more of the same. Now remember, you're going to get all the slides. The first thing is there's 5 parts of the planning process. You got to know what worked. And you got to build on what worked last year. Hey, we got a lot of referrals from our past clients in Sphere. Let's build on that. Hey, I got a couple for sale by owners to list with me. Let's build on that. Hey, I got a couple clients from my Google page. Let's build on that. Does that make sense, guys? Let's build and operationalize what worked, make it better to do more. Then, what are my goals? Then what am I building? What do I want to add? And then how do I synthesize this into actionable steps, which I'm going to show you guys. And then what is the most important thing for me to do? Okay, I'm going to make a statement. You ready? I want you to look your buddy right in the eye. And if you have a threesome, it's a bonus. You ready? Be a gecko and see if you can get your eyes to go like this. So pretty gal right here with the gorgeous hair and the pendant, who's your buddy? Okay, the pretty gal right there. All right, that's perfect. So you got to look at your buddy, look him right in the eye and say, you are a lean, mean, appointment setting machine. Say it. Appointment setting machine. Okay, say it again. Say it again. So look up here. So if you asked me, what is the single most important thing I have to do every day? What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Find an appointment. Buyer, seller, investor, renter, I don't care. Every day, appointment, 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 appointment. You do that, game is over. The reason why most agents lose, you know what they do? Oh, I got to get my hair done. Then I got to go by the doctor's, pick this up. Then I got to take care of this. And then I got to do that. Oh, and then I have that inspection at 4 o'clock. My day's really busy. And I'm like, you didn't create anything for the future. You're out of business tomorrow. But you did, you know what you have? You have what I call the rocking chair syndrome. You move back and forth, but you don't go anywhere. You with me, guys? So ready? The next part of the planning process. I got to get a little closer to this. Click, click. Ready? You got to then decide, right? The recap, which I took you through already. And if I can move this clicker faster, I'm going to go to the next one. Here's the big one. What are your top lead sources from 2021 that we want to carry forward? So I can't believe, so for my coaching clients in the room, I'm sharing this. So in the spirit of I want everyone to get better for my coaching clients, heads up. So we asked all of our coaching clients, where did your business come from? And I'm going to show you 2 slides. But if you're looking for what you should be adding in 2022, look no further. The first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from our sphere who decided to buy or sell, our past clients who decided to buy or sell, our sphere who refer to someone, our past clients who refer to someone, agent to agent referrals, and my older leads that I nurtured. Those are all your database. But there's 6 different cohorts in your database. Agent to agent referrals, look up here, guys, look up here. If you're not networking with agents in every military city or complex in California, you are stupid. Because the PCS season, when it happens, what happens? Every 2 years. Every 2 years. I'm a part of a military-led business, so I get it, right? Like every 2 years, you got to be in the middle of that. But right now, the migration between California to Texas is very real, yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Okay, so if you're not networking with agents in California and saying, hey, El Paso on the map, check it out, you're missing that opportunity. Does that make sense? But then let's go down the list. Ready? Geographic farms right now are killing it, but only if you want listings. You guys don't want listings, so you won't do that. All right, the next one is buy, sell, who connected directly after watching your videos. This is in order of where my client's business is coming from. So the first 6 is 1, called your database. The next one is our geographic farms. The next one is, ready? People that connected with me directly from watching the video content that I put out. My client, Jeremy Knight, which all of you should follow on YouTube. Jeremy Knight is a real estate agent from Austin, Texas, who moved from California 12 years ago. Last year made $1.2 million just from his YouTube account. Not because he's getting paid by YouTube. Buyers and sellers. You know what he does? He does the news on Austin homes and how businesses are impacting what's going on in Austin. You with me, guys? He is now being written up all the time, because he's been doing it for a couple of years, all the time in the local news. The local news articles are quoting him. As we all saw in Jeremy Knight's videos, right? Jeremy says he is the authority. $1.2 million in gross commission income from transactions where they're like, yeah, I watch every one of your videos. Hi, we want to buy a $4 million house on the lake. Nothing about that sucks, right or wrong. Or you could cold call. You can call 1,000 people, get 7 or 8, or have people call you and say, hi, I watch all your stuff. I like what you're all about. I know what you look like. I know what you sound like. I know what you do. I stalked you on every one of your platforms. I see that you just got married. Congratulations. We'd like to buy a house. Sounds weird, but that's real estate, right or wrong, guys? Because it's the same thing you do to them. Google them. Who are they? Type in their name. Serial killer. Uh-oh, don't show them a house. How many of you have your Google business profile set up? Raise your hands. Who has a Google business profile? Raise your hands real high. Real high. Okay, real high. Raise them real high if you have it done. Okay, the rest of you, don't worry about it. Don't do it. Because all the rest of the people are like, yes, don't even tell them about this, Tom. I have clients today that get more traffic on their Google business page than they do on their website. They get more leads from their Google business page than they do from their website. And the best part is, it's free. Jason will talk about it more this afternoon. I'm just giving you the reminder. Now, look at this. Their business also came from open houses. During the pandemic, yes. Wearing hazmat suits. Hi, I'm in Los Angeles. Don't come near me, right? But they still did them. Expired listings, especially in the high end. Not so much in the low end, because everything was selling, but in the high end, there was a lot of expired listings. Google Logo Services ads. Who's doing Google Logo Services ads? Raise your hands really high. I won't tell anybody. You guys are, look up here. You know what I see right now? Nothing but untapped opportunity. I wish I could buy every one of your businesses right now, and then I would sell them in 3 years and make a fortune. You guys have so much, like, is it 1947 here? You guys do know there's a site called Google, right? Yes? And you do know it's in English and Spanish, yes? And you do know that everyone goes there, yes? And Google's greatest asset outside of their advertising dollars and AWS is the other site they own called YouTube. You guys know that, right? Okay, good. I'm just checking. Let's keep going. Ready? Google Logo Services ads. All you have to do is Google how, and Jason will tell you more about it this afternoon. Just do it. Ready? It's such a no-brainer. People that called me directly from my reviews. You didn't even advertise on Zillow, but they saw all your reviews because they Googled you and it shows up. They read the reviews and they go, oh my God, Sunshine, I see what you do and how people feel about you. I feel the same way. I went on your Facebook page. I went on your Instagram page. I like you. Here's $10,000. Right? They buy a house from you because you have a dog and they have a dog and they read your reviews and they go, oh, I love her, $10,000. That's how the world works today. And all we have to do is plug in the holes and fix the things that need to be fixed. That's all we have to do. Now, you go back down the list, of course, circle dialing around recent sales, still a good idea. Just sold cards, non-owner occupieds, networking, and yes, online referral sources, Zillow, Realtor, HomeLight, UpNest, Navy Fed, on and on and on and on and on. But that's the ranking of where my client's business came from. Tell your buddy right now, honestly, how many different lead pillars do you have that bring in transactions? Because that's all these are. They're just lead pillars. Tell your buddy, how many lead pillars in your business, in your castle, are you building? Tell your buddy, go ahead. Go. What do you got? Okay, you're lying. You're lying. A couple, so 2. Okay, no, so a couple by definition is 2. And then if you say I have about 3, that means you have really probably 1 and the other 2 are half-ass. She's like, no, I got 4. Don't lie to me.
No, I just had to kind of.
Yeah. So now you ready? Shh, look up here. I can't say the name, but you would know him because he's on TV on $1 Million Listing. And a lot of those people are our clients, which is totally fascinating. And some of them we've helped get on the show, and they're all wonderful people. They're all people just like you guys. That's what you got to get. Like Ryan, Frederick, they're all the same. Frederick's a little more, crazy, but the same, right? The Altman brothers, the other Josh in LA, I just talked to you a couple weeks ago, longtime client. Kirsten, who's now in New York, longtime client. Here's my point. You ready? When they first come to us, this is what they say. The TV show is incredible, but I'm not getting enough business from it. It's a massive validator, because they're like, oh my God, you're TV, right? It's a massive validator, but it wasn't creating the come list me calls that they all thought it would. So I'm like, well, where's your business come from? Well, it comes from my past clients in Sphere, and then we do some open houses, and then we were doing some digital advertising. I'm like, okay, so you have 3 pillars and TV that is the massive validator. Every pillar we add, you already have TV, which is the massive validator. So the question is, do you want to add pillars that add a couple transactions or a bunch of transactions? Do you get what I'm saying, buddy? The guy with the glasses, gray hair. Do you follow me? No, because he and I are just like, we're vibing right now. So he gets what I'm saying. So literally, I know this kind of sounds crazy, but this is just my world. Yesterday, my client, Matt Curtis, who's in Birmingham, Alabama, he has a team that, 36 agents on the team. They did 1,000 transactions last year, and he's charging me with, get me to 2,000. Help me double the number of transactions. And I said, well, the first is we got to go to 58 agents based upon the math. So let's start recruiting agents. The second thing is, ready for this? I said, we need 25,000 additional outbound phone calls that results in 8,000 additional leads that results in, I think it was, I don't want to misquote the number. It was 11,000 leads resulting in like 8,000 appointments, which resulted in the balance of the new 1,000 transactions. It's a math equation. How many of you got what I'm saying here? And the calls were inbound and outbound. They weren't just all outbound. So I said, so let me get you on the phone with the guy that runs Realtor.com. Let me get you on the phone with the guy at Zillow Flex, because both those two combined could bring you 1,000 transactions. He says, but I don't like company X. And I say, I don't give a shit. You are charging me with adding 1,000 transactions. I'm telling you that is the most reliable, fastest way to get there. We can't spend enough on our Google Logo Services ads to get more than maybe 100 transactions. So at 100, we're tapped. So we got to do more. Does that make sense? Does the same thing, forget the numbers, does the same thing apply to you, yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Yes. Right? So you own a gas station. Are you open 1 day a week? Or are you open 7 days a week? Are you open 24 hours a day? I don't mean you pumping gas, but it's your business. Do you want it open 24/7? But see, this is what people don't get. Most of you, look up here. Your real estate business is open about 38 minutes a day. 38 minutes a day when you do a social post, when you make a phone call, when you send an email, when you do a little bit of marketing, you're open 38 minutes a day. And you have the audacity to complain? You with me on this? Think about that. Turn to your buddy and say, he is so talking to you right now. I am talking to you, girl. Yeah. She's like, you're talking to me. So look at me. I'm not being offensive. I just want you to do more. I want you to serve more. My assumption is every one of you has a decent enough heart that if a buyer comes in with a 580 FICO score, you will help them get to 640 and show them what they have to do. That you'll navigate the transaction, that you'll do whatever it takes. I just want you to do more of them. Does that make sense? Okay, let's keep jamming. All right. I maybe got to get closer to the click link. Okay, number 4. So what did we say so far? Know exactly what you want, know why you want it, build a simple enough plan. Number 4 is, if it's not in your schedule, it doesn't exist. Everybody grab your phone right now and show your schedule of tomorrow to the person to your right or left. Show the person to your right or left your schedule tomorrow. Oh, I don't keep it on my phone. Shut up. I mean, come on, it's 2022, please. Show me your schedule. What do you got? Nothing. Good man. Okay, open house tomorrow. What do you got in your schedule, dude? Nothing. You're wide open. What do you got, bro?
Just a lot of fun.
Just a lot of fun. Is it a day off?
It's Friday.
Okay, I know it's Friday. I said, is it a day off?
No, we have a meeting at Clearview and
Okay, I got a meeting, and then I'm drinking, hanging. Okay, well, at least it's in his schedule. You with me? So that makes me happy. What's Saturday look like? What's Sunday look like? What's Monday look like? What's Tuesday look like? Look up here, guys. Here's the deal. The easiest thing you can do is to put in your calendar the shit that moves the needle every day, 5-6 days a week, and then follow your schedule. That's it. So let me show you, right? This is the way I view it. In the morning, you should do some things that get you mentally right. Because this business can be tiring and stressful, yes or yes? Tiring and stressful, yes or yes, guys? So if you're not doing something to feed your mental toughness, we get worn down by the day. I had a gal hit me up this morning, a question on Instagram. Listen to what she said. Every one of you can relate. Hey, coach, not my client, just she calls me coach. Hey, coach, brand new agent, wrote my first offer. What do I do while I'm waiting to get a response? If you go on my Instagram stories, the first thing I said was alcohol. And then I said, just kidding. You should work out. Better yet, you should go find another client to serve. You with me? Or you should go help anybody you can, so you're focusing on being good to other people, not please God, accept my offer, because the odds are you're not going to get your offer accepted. Right or wrong, guys? Brand new agent, probably wrote a stupid contingent offer with all kinds of dumb things at the wrong price. I'm not a new agent. You need to do that so you can learn. That's just the way it is. Okay, 2. Office at the same time every day. It's a discipline. This is your business. You're not an independent contractor. You're an owner of a company. When you own a company, you don't say, well, people should just show up whenever they want. That's stupid. You with me? When you own a company, you say, my voicemail says, hey, you've reached Tom Ferry at Banana Real Estate. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, weekends and evenings by appointment only. If you're calling after 6 o'clock, I'm probably with my family, and I hope you are too. We'll get back to you first thing in the morning. If you need something immediately, text 949 and then you know what I do? I outsource to a QA farm over in Asia, and the person's like, hi, we just want to schedule an appointment, or hi, we saw this and we'd like to. Can we book a time? And every email you send has a little Calendly link where people can automatically schedule an appointment with you from every email you send, right? 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 You all know Calendly, yes? What do you guys like? Do you go to the El Paso airport, stand in line and go, hi, I'd like to buy a ticket. How can we help you? I'd like to fly to Dallas. They're gonna go, security, there's an insane person here. Don't they know that they can do this on their phone? But if you don't allow people as a modernist to schedule time with you, to see properties, to ask questions, to talk on your website or through a solution like Calendly, I'm not an investor. It just makes sense, right? It's 2022. Anyway, office at the same time. Number 3, your business morning routine. Every day, non-negotiable. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to breathe some air. And I'm going to look at the daily hot sheets, because if I don't know what's sold, what's trending, what's happening, what's new to the market, I'm not in the business. The second part is I got to role play every day to warm up my salesmanship. So when I start making phone calls, when I start responding, when I start emailing, when I start shooting videos, I'm not going cold, but instead I'm like, yeah, I know what to say. I've got confidence. Does that make sense, guys? Yes or no? Yes or no? So tell your buddy how many times you practiced your buyer consultation so far this year. Some of you are lying your teeth. Come on, let's go. Keep going. Ready? Now, the next one. Shh. 5542. Say it out loud. 5542. Say it again. Say it again. Talk to 5 people you know every day. Talk to 5 people you don't know every day. Follow up on 4 people in your pipeline every day. Shoot 2 videos every day. 5542. Seminar's over. Go to work. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Does anybody know the company Coldwell Banker? Yes? You guys familiar with the brand? Okay. The number 1 agent for Coldwell Banker last year is my personal client of 13 years. His name is Tim Smith. Tim is a modernist, video first. Has anybody seen any of Tim's videos? Like, if you're not following Tim Smith, you don't understand the evolution of films to represent properties today. Like, he gets hundreds of calls just saying, we'd like to work with you. We see what you do. Ready? 5542 is a nod to my personal client, Tim. When I took him on in 2009 and taught him how to do short sales, because the year before he did 18 deals and almost went bankrupt. Then he started doing short sales and he went from like 18 deals to 52 in 1 year. That's good, right guys? I'm sorry, is that good? Yes. Did I remind you that even in the depressed era of that time, his average sales price was still $2 million? He was killing it, right? Now, so last year he did $770 million in sales. That's good, right? Can't live on it, it's a good start. He's in California, so pays a lot of taxes. He's an agent, no agent actually pays their taxes. What is it with you people? Check this out, ready? Every single day, he talks to 5 people in his database. Now, how can you talk to 5 people today? Hey Siri, text Jim Smith and go, hey Jim, just thinking about you, bro. Happy New Year, hope you're doing well. Let me know if there's anything going on. And hey, do you want to know about the sale that just happened down the street? Congratulations, your home is worth more. Love you, text is over, sends it. You could send 5, 10 text messages a day and do it faster and talk to more people than you can making 5 phone calls. Right or wrong, guys? Right or wrong, guys? Like, that's just the world today. 95% response to text message, 1 out of 10 if you're making phone calls. It's okay. So you talk to 5 that way. But then he talks to 5 new people every day. Do you want to know the number 1 question Tim Smith asks everyone? Everyone. Okay. $770 million in sales is good, yeah?
Yes.
On 225 transactions?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good, right? Last year he went on about 200, we'll get the final number, I think it's like 230 listing appointments last year. Is that good?
Yes.
And you want to know why he goes on 230? Because every single, he's a friend. I know his wife, I know his children, we've had dinner together, I've been his business coach, you with me, like, we're tight. Every time I'm with Tim Smith, I'm sitting at Big Canyon, he, me, and a guy named John Grauman who's from the agency, who's on another one of those television shows, big LA broker. We're sitting there having lunch at the country club, and Tim is sitting there, and we're talking, and we're doing business, and we're writing down goals and things we're going to accomplish, and a buddy of mine walks by, and he's like, I'm like, this is Tim Smith. He's like, oh, Tim, I see your videos. And he's like, oh, that's great. He goes, hey, you're friends with Tom? He's like, yeah. And he goes, got to ask you, have you had any thoughts of selling in 2022? And he actually, because he's like 6'4", he leans down every time and says, have you had any thoughts of selling in 2022? Have you had any thoughts of selling in 2022? Have you had any thoughts of selling in 2022? Have you had any thoughts? Okay, how many of you are male? Raise your hands really high. Male. You should know. I know it's a trick question these days. Just go with me on this. You can tell me you're non-binary, I don't give a shit, right? Just, you think you're male, in the moment you identify as a male, right? Okay, good. If you were single and you asked 80 women, hey, would you go out with me tonight? Hey, would you go out with me tonight? Hey, would you go out with me tonight? Someone is going to say, sure. Except for him, he's asking all these people in his town that own big, expensive real estate properties. And guess what his numbers are? 17 to 1. Every 17 people he sits down and has a conversation. If you guys have any thoughts of selling? Well, we don't know. We're not sure. We're thinking about moving to Austin, or we're done. Then. We just sold our business. We're doing this. Oh, my kids are gone. Empty nesters. We're going to sell a house. Get a 1-bedroom. Don't tell them where we live. They won't know, right? Like all those conversations. 17 to 1. 17 to 1. But see, he does it every day like breathing. And I know agents in this room that you're like, oh, I feel like I'd be salesy. He is a salesman. He made $14 million last year. Nothing about that sucks. You with me? His wife really loves me. Amber's like, keep up the good work, coach. Well, because he has a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and he's home every night at 6 o'clock, and his phone gets turned over to Amy and Hunter, who handle all the nights and weekends. And the only thing he'll do on a Saturday or Sunday before he goes to soccer and football and everything else is he'll take a listing if it's a really good listing. Everything else he does Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. We've operationalized the business. But see, remember I Love Lucy? He's got so many chocolates coming down the conveyor belt, he has to do 4 follow-up calls every day just to stay up, because if you don't follow up, someone else will. Right or wrong, guys? Right or wrong, guys? So 5542, you guys got it? Okay, look at your buddy and say, put that in your schedule tomorrow. That's how you make it work. Let's keep jamming. You ready? Number 4, manage your business, obviously. And number 5 is go on appointments. So if I open up your calendar and I look out 2 months from now and I don't see 1 o'clock appointment, 3 o'clock appointment, 5 o'clock appointment, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Mondays you're negotiating offers like crazy and you're deal doctoring. Fridays, you should be planning for what's to come in the weekend, and of course you'll go on appointments, but you try and, like my chiropractor, he says to me, we're only open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, but I don't work on Tuesdays. I was like, so let me get this straight. I would like to go get a chiropractic adjustment and pay $150 to go pop at 7 a.m., and the answer is no. He goes, right. Great, what time at 9 o'clock can I get in? Everybody bends to the reality of the person that has the schedule. Everyone without a schedule, you get bent to their reality. It's your business, you decide. I'm open 20, I love voicemails like this. Hi, thanks so much for calling. I'm sorry I missed your call. I'll call you back in 14 seconds. Because what I love to do is be with my spouse in bed when I should be making love and looking at my phone and following up on leads. I could be a really good marriage counselor too, by the way. I say that most agents have hallway sex. Do you know hallway sex? You walk by each other and you go, screw you. That's hallway sex. That's not good for marriage, in case you're wondering. Okay, let's keep jamming. Read that out loud. Read it out loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Show me your date night. Show me every appointment you have with your children. You have appointments with your children? Only if I want to see my son play tennis at every match. Only if I want my 22-year-old son to go to dinner with me, because he's busy. Hey man, you free on this day? You free on that day? Nope, 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 nope. He never tells me when he's free. I have to just keep digging. He's like the hardest lead I have. You guys with me on this? But then I just do this. Hey, I have 1 ticket to the Dallas Cowboys game on Sunday, but I'm sure you're busy. I'll go. But you know what? I'm happy when I'm with them. So I have to book that time. How many of you have a date night with your spouse? It's the same thing. Every day on my calendar at 6 o'clock in the morning, guess what it says? Gym. Guess what it says at 7 o'clock? Coffee with Kathy. Guess what it says afterwards? Affirmations and meditation. All in my calendar every single time, every day, 7 days a week. It doesn't make a difference. You guys with me? Because if it's in my schedule, I do it. And if I do it, it makes my life better. No one controls me. I control me. Got it? Got it? Whose business is this? We're like a couple hours in. Whose business is this? Mine. Thank you. That's a little better. It is your business. Okay. Check out this checklist. I believe that every one of you should be following a daily action checklist. It looks something like this. You put it on an Excel spreadsheet. You put it up on a visual whiteboard. You do whatever you want to do. Powerful morning routine. Did I do it? Yes or no? Check. Market intelligence. Did I study the market today? Check. I know what's going on. Team huddle up. Let's meet. What are our outcomes? Tom, I'm a solo agent. Well, if you're a Gemini, you can say, hey, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you think? Let's make some phone calls. Okay, let's drink. Team huddle or role play. CRM hour of power. 5542. Get in your phone, right? Get in your calendar. Meet with your assistant. Review all your under contracts. Look at your pendings and listing check-ins. Do 2 social points. Afternoon follow-ups. Go on appointments. You know what your goal is? Check, 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 check. 5 days a week. What do you think happens to your business? What do you guys think? Look up here. Stop trying to complicate this. Do the thing, have the power. Do the thing, have the power. Do not the thing, have not the power. That's it. Thank you, Henry David Thoreau. Like, that's it. Do the thing, have the power. Do not the thing, don't be a bitch, don't complain. It's your fault. That's all said with love. You with me? Like, by the way, this is how I talk to my personal clients. You should see what I say to Maxine Gellens. Stop being a little bitch. She's like, I know. And she is as cute as she's like Mother Teresa. You with me? And I'm like, stop being a little bitch, Maxine. Get on your ass. Make some phone calls. We're not here to just hang out. She's like, okay. Right? And she's 83. You have no excuses. You guys with me on this? Well, what was her upbringing like? She came from nothing. And she created everything for her family. One woman, not her siblings, her. She did it. You should do it. Let's keep jamming. You ready? Here's your weekly checklist. Take a photo or take a look. every week. Film a couple shows, execute on your marketing, review your numbers, right? Do a powerful coaching session if you have a coach, or with your manager, or with your team leader, right? Powerful skill development. Get better at what you're saying and what you're doing. Have a team meeting, review all your projects, and schedule some time to work on your business. And then the next one, you guys ready? Be the CEO and review everything. Now, I love that you guys are taking photos. Remember, I'm giving all the slides to the association leadership and the MLS leadership, and then you guys just email to everybody and say thank you and get to work, right? Now, let's keep jamming. You ready? So here's my question. What are you going to do? Stop right now. What are you going to do? I have an hour and 15 minutes before we break for lunch. By the way, you notice no breaks? Like if you have to go potty, please leave the room. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going. What are you going to do? Write it down. What's one commitment you're going to make? Are you going to start following a schedule? Are you going to get your goals up in visual? Are you going to make a declaration like enough is enough? Enough is enough. I'm going to be the biggest fish in El Paso. I'm going to be the nicest broker to all the other agents, but I'm going to annihilate them all. I'm going to sell more. I'm going to do half the business in El Paso. That's my goal. What if you fail and only get to 10% market share? Like, what a bummer. Keep pushing. How about this? Hey, Tom, I just want to sell 12 homes a year. I want to net this much time, and I want to do it working 30 hours a week or less. Awesome. Awesome. Tom, I want to drink 7 days a week, be hungover all the time, and do 18 deals a year. Good for you. I don't recommend the first part, but just saying. At least you have a goal. Does that make sense? All right, let's keep jamming. Number 5, you got to track all of your results. Now, read that out loud. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Now, how many of you have children? Raise your hands really high that you're aware of. You have children that you're aware of? Okay, so both my boys are a little crazy, as you can probably imagine. My older son got into college for one reason. Hey, Michael, does a 2.7 GPA get you into the college you want to go to? He takes all the test scores and kills it. But he has ADD, attention disinterest disorder. You guys with me on this? I mean, he's smart as all get up. He just doesn't care about the things he doesn't care about. But I'm like, no one cares. You're not going to get into the school you want to go to if that's where you want to go, where your girlfriend's going, or where, all that shit. So I say, here's what you're going to do, son. Once a week, I'm going to say to you, open up your laptop and show me all your assignments. Dad, I'm 17. I'm basically a man. Or you can go to junior college, or you can not go to college. I didn't go. No, I really want to go to college. Who has a 17-year-old son? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or a 38-year-old son, or a 40-year-old husband. It's all the same. So what do? We measure every single week in his junior year at 16, he gets into the school he wants to go to. And do you think he liked it when I was like, hey man, it's Friday, where are you at? Oh, Dad, I'll show you later. No, you're not. Open up your laptop, or I'll take it from you. Since I bought it, I own it. That's how I parent. You guys with me on this? Right? That's it. Like, I don't care. Like, and someone will say, well, you're too tough. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. They're my kids. This is my experiment. Let's see how your experiment works out. Make sense? But in your business, watch this, guys. If I come into your office in the next 2 weeks and there isn't some visual goals and tracking of what it is you're trying to accomplish, I would say to you, why were you here? Not being mean, but like, were you here just for some free coffee and hanging out? Or are you going to be serious about this? If you're serious, so in a room just like this, in the central coast of California, whichever that, I'm trying to think of what the association was because California's all kind of merged together now. This kid, Jason Ferris, kind of looks like you, handsome guy, sitting in the room, taking more notes than anybody else, and walks up to me. This was I think 2016, I believe. This was like 2010. He walks up to me, bright-eyed, enthusiastic. Okay, man, I came from nothing. What do I have to do? And I'm like, listen to me, brother. If you just go on an appointment every single day and you work your face off to make that happen, a lousy appointment is better than no appointment. An appointment you booked that no-showed is better than no appointment. But the more appointments you go on, the more you're going to learn, the better you're going to do, and the more successful you're going to be. So your only job every day is to know the market, find appointment, go on appointment, and do everything in your power to get it to close. That's your job. He's like, kind of military. Yes, sir. Got it. This was the biggest growth year he had in his business. He was selling like 30, 40 homes a year. And all of a sudden he comes back from a Tom Ferry seminar, and all of you are going to get this. 2 weeks from now, someone's going to go, you got goals up in visual? Oh, would you go to that Tom Ferry seminar? Are you all motivated? You want to punch them in the face, but you can't because they work in your office, so be nice. Look what he did. He actually wrote up there, Jason Ferris is dedicated to booking 225 listing appointments by the end of the year. And then he wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 235. And look what he's posted. Appointments booked. He failed and only booked 205. 17 canceled. He went on 188. He listed 143. Listed by another company, 7. And he had 38 to follow up on that hadn't made a decision yet. From 38 or 40 deals to like 145 transactions in 1 year. Guys, look up here. And by the way, he's a coach for me now, right? Like your coach knows him. Here's my point. If every one of you just goes back to your office today and says, I'm committed to helping 25 families buy and sell real estate this year. And you created like one of those like visual thermometers, starting from the top, at the very top, it's like 24 happy clients, all 5-star reviews. And every time you close a transaction, you write the client's name there. You with me on this? And you do it for you. Because if you track and measure, everything gets better. And if you don't, it falls off. Does that make sense? You want anybody, maybe not you, man, because you look pretty ripped. But like some of us maybe want to lose, some of you probably want to lose some weight, right or wrong? Right or wrong? So what do? You get on the scale and you track your food every day. And guess what happens? Wow, congratulations, you lost weight. That's how it works. So should you track your 554s? Should you track your appointments? Should you track your number of leads? Should you track which appointments did? The answer is of course, track everything. Because this business, math equation. 25,000 calls equals 11,000 leads equals 8,000 appointments equals 1,000 additional trends. It's math. Stop making it some woo-woo thing that it isn't. It's a very simple business full of formulas. Let's keep jamming. Number 6 is you got to up your accountability. You got to up your accountability. You ready? Whether it's a pinky promise or what I did with my son, right? Or what you two could do together. You ready? I don't care who, but whoever you voted for, assuming you voted, right? Here's what I say. The easiest way to get somebody fired up, especially if they're female, is to write a $1,000 check paid to the political group they don't like or their ex-husband. Either one of those two. Because you want to see a female get really going. And because the number of times I've been given checks from like my clients, and I can't say any of their names, it would not be fair, but I'll just say one of them. She's blonde, she's 52, and her husband left her, got the Porsche, and got the young hot girlfriend. And I had 7 checks at $1,000 payable to him and the girlfriend. And if she didn't report in every single day on the accountabilities, I had a letter. Hey, name, was thinking about you, thought you could use some extra cash, hope you're having fun, lots of love and kisses, name, for every one of those checks. Do you think she reported in? What do you think? Do not mess with a divorced woman. She reported in. She also had the single greatest year of her career. Now, some of it was out of spite. I get that. That is not very positive, long-lasting motivation. But it did get her off the duff and got her into a routine that she now owns. Does that make sense? Because she made all the money and he didn't, and she's pissed. And she's in California, and he got half, including half of this. She's pissed. You know what I told her? Massive success is the best revenge. Let's get to work. You guys got it? So what are you going to do? I've had the most high-end luxury brokers on the planet. And I would say to them, if you don't do your 554 and report it every single day for one 30-day period, I'm going to come to your office in Beverly Hills with a can of cat food, and you're going to eat it at the office meeting in front of all of your peers. I'm dead serious. And he did it. And it's on video. I'm not kidding. You want to know why? Because here's the thing, my friends. What all of us struggle with is you're an independent contractor. You can do whatever you want every day and no one cares. So if you do nothing, no one cares. Do you guys get that?
Yeah.
How many of you guys get that?
Yeah.
But now you're a business owner, not a real estate agent. Yes or yes? Yes or yes? So this is your business. You get to decide how it's going to be. You want Fridays off to go party with your boys? Put it in your calendar, but you better have 554 in there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a little bit on Saturday. Does that make sense? Because it's your business. You complain, it's your fault. Eat that. Just like if I don't do my job, it's on me. I have 400 employees. You with me? I have to do what I got to do every single day to make sure that my team's getting what they want, that the clients are getting what they want, and that we're making the impact that we want. And if I stop, I'm the problem. Got it? Everybody got it? Okay, do me a favor, turn to your buddy and say, he is so talking to you. Okay, so how many of you want in 30 minutes or less, how many of you want way more referrals from your past clients in Sphere? Raise your hands really high. Okay, so now this time you might want to take your cameras out because I don't know how long it's going to take the MLS and association to email this out to everybody, and you're going to want to start doing all of this stuff immediately. So, as I mentioned to you, the sources where our clients did the best were their database. That was the first thing. But look at how we break down the database. Sphere, who decided to sell, past clients who decided to sell. I'm only talking listings right now, guys. No one needs another buyer. I'm only talking listings. You with me? Sphere, who referred you someone, past client who referred you someone. All four of those are different cohorts. Your agent-agent referrals that you should be working, which is why you should be on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and all the. So when an agent from San Jose, California goes, best El Paso agent, you show up. That's why you have your Google business page, because when they Google it, you show up. Does that make sense? Be findable, be searchable. But that's more Jason this afternoon. Seller, agent, referral, and your older leads. There's only 3 demos right now that are selling, and you need to understand this. The only 3 major demographics that are moving, that are selling their house, are people that are downsizing. My $100,000 house that I bought for $40 is now worth $800, and I paid it off, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm moving to frickin' Mexico. Like, I'm out, right? So we see that all over the country. Trade uppers. Interest rates are at historic lows. I can take the $350 I made in equity and I can go buy that $800,000 house with a little bit of land and a pool and life is good, versus the super seniors who have all of the money. The super seniors have all of the money. My mother-in-law, God bless her, she's 94, she lives with me, she's a total dear, right? Her and her husband bought their house like 60 years ago and paid it off within the first 30 years, and they bought it for $11,000 and we sold it for $8,000. You with me on this? She's like, 8, little Italian, 800,000. I'm like, that's a lot of raviolis, huh? She's like, yeah. They have a lot of raviolis. All right, so let's keep jamming. You ready? Here are the 8 most important campaigns. Let's break down each one of them independently. So here's the 8 things. Now, you're not going to do all 8. Listen to me. Pick 2. You're not going to do all 8. Just pick 2. If you just do 2 and you really do 2, you're going to kill it. If you do all 8 and you have a large database, 800, 500, 1,000, 2,000, your business is going to go through the roof, and you're going to need 2 more assistants, a showing agent, a marketing coordinator, just because of how much business is coming in. All the money right now is in the database. It's in the people that already know you, like you, and trust you, that you've done a horrible job communicating to. So let's talk about it. Ready? The first thing is your email newsletter. Tell your buddy, do you have a weekly email newsletter, monthly email newsletter, or no newsletter? Tell your buddy, real quick, be honest. Be honest. Tell me out loud so I can hear it. Okay, so I heard a whole lot of nada. So look up here. Do you guys get email? Do you guys get email? Is email effective? Look up here. It is the #1 lead pillar in my business. Email is the #1 lead pillar in my business. I email people valuable content, videos, my blog, free downloads. And you know what they say? Because on the email it says, hey, interested in this? Click here. Want to come to an event? Click here. But I give them all this value, and then it's, hey, want to do something. And I don't ask people to buy something on every email, because if I did that, then I'm that horrible salesperson that every time you see them, they're like, hey, who do you know that wants to buy and sell? Do you know any referrals? You know that person in real estate that everybody's like, oh shit, here she comes. Totally annoying. I don't want to be that person. So it's like this. Value, 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 ask. You with me? That's how you win with email. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of examples. Look at these two emails. So the top one is Jill Biggs. She's the #1 Coal Banker agent in the state of New Jersey, personal client of mine forever. Every single week, she emails her entire database of 10,000 people. Here's what's going on in the city. Here's the restaurants that are new. Here's what happened at this park. Did you see that new construction project that just went up? Did you hear about this? She's educating everybody in her community on her email list. The one down below is even more effective because you can see it as a video in the middle. And that's Monica Carr, who has completely transformed her business because now she'll shoot a video and email it to her database. So instead of getting 11 views on YouTube, she now gets 1,000 views on YouTube. Now look up here. Are you going to keep talking about video? Yes. Do you want to know why? I can shoot an Instagram video right now and I could hit 2,000 people within an hour. Do you know how many phone calls I have to make to talk to 2,000 people? Do you all get the difference?
Yes.
I have 40 salespeople. They make phone calls all day long. You know what they're normally doing? Following up on people that are like, hey, I keep seeing this Tom Ferry guy everywhere. And they go, great, let's have a conversation, blah, 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 right? Like, isn't that what you want? I see her everywhere, I see him everywhere, or do you want a cold call? My team never has to cold call. We have 14,000 leads coming in every single month. People like raising their hand, and we just try and get to like 200 of them that we can help. Does that make sense? Everyone else, we're like, hey, you're not ready? Just keep watching this free content. That's why we do it. You can make a fortune. Just keep using it. Make sense? Should you do the same? What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Email is the first driver. Now, I'm going to show you something. This was January 2021, emotional sentiment of email. So massive survey of how do people feel about email. If you basically stop from the orange, right, or above the orange, the white one that says 29% once a week, it's basically 60% of people email once a week. And some want it every day. So you need to think about that. Now, I shouldn't show you this, and I'm going to give you a copy. I'm going to send you this. You're going to model this exact email and send it to your entire database, and you will get 5 listing appointments. Do you guys want that? Are you sure? Now, my coaching clients in the room, you will execute on this faster, right? This is Matt Curtis, one of our clients. So he just crafts this email and says, basically, the El Paso home prices have gone up by 19% on average in the last 12 months. Would you like an updated valuation on your home? Click the link below. That's that red button. They go to this. Your home is worth more than you think. Get your home valuation. They click that. They fill in the information. Request my home valuation. Thank you. And then you know what they do? They put together a CMA and they mail it, email it, and shoot a video. Hey, we just did the comparative market analysis letting you know your exact home value. One of our representatives will be calling you tomorrow to walk you through any questions because your home is probably worth more than what we told you, especially if you've done some upgrades. So be prepared tomorrow to share the upgrades so we can tell you the exact value of their home. How hard is that? Now, if you sent that every week, would that be bad? What do you guys think? No, that would be bad if you sent that every week. But if you send that twice a year to your entire database, perfect. My financial planner lets me know, hey, this is what's going on with your portfolio. I don't want them calling me every day. That'd be annoying. Okay, so let's keep jamming. You ready? So that's email. Here's some service providers you should take a look at. Boomtown, BombBomb, MailChimp, Aweber, ConvertKit. Outlook and Gmail are not email service providers. They are platforms with your schedule and your docs and some email. But they're not designed for mass email or quality email. Aweber, ConvertKit, BombBomb, etc. They are, so take a look at those. All right, let's keep jamming. Number 2, over-index on calls, texts, and personal videos to touch base. Now look up here, guys. I cannot, remember I told you you're only going to do 2? In your notes, write this down. There's only 3 things people want to know. Only 3. From you specifically. Only 3 things. This is not Tom Ferry talking. This is like Ivy Zellman, Keeping Current Matters, National Association of Realtors, like the data. The data says the only thing they want to know is values, refi, and planning. That's all they want to know. You're my agent. How much is my home worth? You're my agent. Do I have the right rate? Should I refinance again? And the third thing I want to know is, what should I do with my house in the next 3 to 5 years? What's going to happen in the future? And if you're not providing that by calling, texting, email, Pony Express, smoke signals, whatever, if you're not providing that, look up here. Look up here. It's totally fine. Zillow will do it for you. Eat that. Zillow will do it for you. They're like, hey, we got that, no problem. They're launching a 5-year planning tool on Zillow. Guess what they just launched? Want to know the value of your house? Want to get an updated market valuation from a local agent? Since iBuyer didn't work, they're just transitioning that into seller leads. Do you do as much content as Zillow? Can you beat Zillow in your local marketplace? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? 1,000%. 1,000%. But you might have to do some things differently. You might have to create some content. You might have to do some videos. You might have to do some emails. You might have to do a little more branding. And then they're all going to do this. Oh, we knew you. I was looking on Zillow and I found you finally. That's the best thing ever. I was on Zillow trying to find you. Does that make, that's when you know you're like, oh, I've done it. Okay, so you ready? What should you do? 5542, which we discussed. But look at this, guys. Here's what I want you to get. So this is one of my clients, not a personal client. We have like 10,000 clients. This is one of our clients, great guy from up in New York. I challenged him last March to a bet. I said, I got 10,000 bucks as you won't call every single person in your database and have a conversation with them. So he had like 1,900 people in his database, and he was like, bets on. Because it's all, he needed the motivation, right? So $10,000 bet, he has to text me every day. He had to talk to X number of people, it was like 18 people a day, and report in what happened. You know, talk to 18 people, 3 were this, 5 were that, 6 were this, 7 that. But what I told him was, my goal was, I know this, write this in your notes, 7 to 8% of your database will transact in the next 18 months. 7 to 8% of your database will transact in the next 18 months. So if we don't get ahead of it, we lose. The bummer is there's too many great portals and websites that are just doing a better job, making it easier and faster to know the value of my home. Should I refi? What else should I do? How old are you, dear? 25, congrats. Do you get told you look younger than 25? Sometimes, I can see that. Because I was going to say like 20. Yeah, but that, hey, by the way, looking younger is a benefit, in case you're wondering. You know, you see those guys, you're like, how old are you? They're like, I'm 30. You're like, I was thinking 80. So he had to text me every day. Hey, good morning. That's calls made. I've spoken to 850 of them with conversations, blah, 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 57 total appointments. So ready, 850 conversations, 57 listing appointments, right? 6% conversion. So 7 to 8%. He was only 850 through his 1,900 person database, and he'd already converted 6% to a listing appointment. Last year was the single best year he's had in his 27-year career. Veteran, who finally got off his you-know-what and just did one thing. Over-index on calling, texting, and emailing, saying, what are your plans for this house in the future? Are you locked into the right interest rate? Do you guys, okay, I'm gonna give you some stats. You guys already know this, but I'm a stat guy. I'm a data junkie when it comes to real estate. How many homes are there in the US? Somebody tell me. Total homes, how many? How many total homes are there? This is your industry, how many? Punch. Okay, there's 138 million homes in the US. So 138 million homes in the US. Right now, there are over 5 million new construction properties that should be going live starting in August because of the supply chain debacle. You guys with me on this? So we're adding plus 5 million houses to the 138. Do you guys get that? Do you know that right now, 40% of every home in America does not have a loan on it? Are you guys in the real estate industry? Am I at the National Plumbers Association? I'm very confused. Are you guys, is this the Association of Plumbers? Like, wait, guys, you're in the housing business. There's 138 homes in America. There's 5 million new construction coming over the next 18 months. Knock on wood, starting in August with the supply chain. 40% of them have no loan. They are paid off. Either people like you and I or investors that paid cash. matter which one, but it's 40%. Of the remaining 60%, half of them have an interest rate 3.5% or lower. Half of them. What does that tell you about the balance? The other half has an interest rate higher than 3.51. You need to call every person in your database and say, hey, it's Larry, I love you, what's your interest rate? Our home is paid off. Do you know that you are one of 40% of all homes in America that are paid off? Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. What are your plans for this home in the next 3 to 5 years? Is it in your trust? Are you trying to give it to your children? What are you guys thinking about doing? We don't know. Why don't we get together, let's have that conversation. Is that a good thing to do with people in your database? Yes. What do you guys think? Yes. Hell to the yes. I don't know why I'm cursing so much. I'm having a moment here. Okay, how about this? Hey, I'm going to find out what's your interest rate. We're at 3.3. Congratulations. Is that 7-year, 15-year, 20-year, or 30-year? I don't know. You should find out. The Fed announced they're going to raise rates 3 times this year, which means 5 to 7 interest rate improvements, as in higher. So you should call your bank, or here's my lender, and let's make sure we get you locked in at the right rate. Does that make sense? Yes, guys? Do you know that right now there are millions and millions and millions of properties with an interest rate of 2.65? I want you to think about that. Millions, like tens of millions, are locked in like 3 or less into the 2s. What is the likelihood of that person selling their home and trading up to a 4% interest rate? Hey, what are your plans for this house over the next 3 to 5 years? Why do you ask? Well, if your interest rate is sitting at 2.6 and you guys growing your family and thinking about making a move to something bigger in the future, let's talk about what's going to happen. Rates are going to go up 5 to 7 times in 2022, which means when the rates go up, your buying power drops. The good news is you have a lot of equity in your home. The bad news is as rates go up, prices soften. So we're in this sort of weird moment right now where we know in March, the Fed has already announced, we know 2 days ago, the rates already went up, right? So we're in this pickle right now in the economy. Inflation is extremely real, and 26% of all the transactions last year in America were non-primary. Do you guys know that? Okay, so 2 of you? Okay, I'm sorry. Do you know that? Do you know why that matters? We did 7 million homes sold last year. That's 14 million sides. Is that the most on record ever for my friends at the Association of MLSs? Single greatest transaction year in the history of our country. Right? 5 million was a 5 million, 10 million buy side, sell side. That's been normal forever. When you go +2 to that, that is a oh my goodness, rates are cheap, pandemic is here, let's go live someplace we want. You guys with me on this? 26% of the sales, though, were second homes, were non-primary, second homes, investors, Airbnbers. It's all that group. That's who bought all the real estate. 26% of it last year. Where do you think they're going to continue to buy? Your feet are touching a part of it. It's called El Paso. Right or wrong, guys? You guys got to get a fast education on what the hell's going on in the world right now. Because you guys are sitting in the epicenter of what could be the next 5 to 7 years. Fortunes absolutely made. But if you don't understand the basic fundamentals of what's going on right now, it's like saying, oh, cryptocurrency is stupid. Cool, then I won't buy those 800 homes from you. Like, we need to be culturally relevant. You guys with me on this? Okay, sorry, talking about listing appointments. So they're going to ask you, how's the market? So let's how's the market? How's the market? Okay, so you ready? How's the market?
Well, I don't know, it depends.
Well, okay.
Busy, seller's market right now.
Oh, it's a seller's market right now. Bummer, because I wanted to buy like 80 houses. Okay, click. Hi, how's the market?
It depends if you're buying or selling.
Yeah?
Or renting.
I know the guy that wrote that script. Can you finish it? Can you finish it? Okay. How's the market?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Click. How's the market?
It's an amazing time to buy what you're looking for.
It's an amazing time to buy. What you looking for? Well, I'm actually selling a bunch of property that I bought like in 2010.
How many you got?
I got 75 properties that I'm looking to trade, and I'm trying to figure out, can I do it in like one tranche? I'd like to just do one clean transaction. Do you have anybody like that?
We have some investors looking for about 80 right now.
Okay, well, I'd love to get together and talk numbers, and let's figure this thing out. That's who's going to win. Guys, okay, listen, I'm in Israel doing a seminar. I've spoken in more countries than you can imagine. And you know what? I'm in Israel at the Tel Aviv University, and it's at a RE/MAX conference. So they're all wearing their little RE/MAX pins, and they're all fired up. And 2/3 of the audience are the most stunning, beautiful people I've ever seen in my life, right? That like beautiful Mediterranean skin, and every woman would go, Tom, can I ask you a question? And a cute little 38 would be right here under, I'm not kidding, because they're all former military, every single one of them, right? Because that's how it rolls in Israel. Then the balance of them look like they're from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And they go, Tom, how do I do this, right? I'm doing this seminar, and literally this beautiful guy stands up and he raises his hand, and the whole room kind of goes, oh, Moshe's going to ask a question. Moshe is a rabbi. Is everybody with me on that? Rabbi. He's got the ringlets, he's wearing the hat, he's got the full garb, you with me? And a RE/MAX pin. And I say, sir, can I help you? And he says, Tom, I'm a rabbi, and I sell homes. He says, what is the question that everyone asks? And like he's literally preaching in the moment. I say, Moshe, the question that everybody asks, that everybody fails at is, how's the market? He says, Tom, what should I say? I said, Moshe, say to me, how's the market? He says, Tom, how's the market? And I say, Moshe, it depends. Are you looking to buy or sell or invest or rent? Which part of the market are you looking for? All very different. How can I help? And he says, Tom, you're going to make me a fortune. I come back 3 years later. He's the #1 RE/MAX agent in all of Israel. Now, it does help that he has like 900 people in his church. And let me remind you, right? Like, I think he's kind of a shameless self-promoter. But the second time I saw him, he says to me, okay, Tom, I got a problem. He said, I'm Jewish. And he said, I'm not like you people in California that are Jewish. I'm Jewish. And I'm like, okay, Moshe, I got it. You're a rabbi. How can I help? And he says, what do I say when people say, will you cut your commission? And he says, they say it to me all the time because I'm the rabbi. What? Your last script was so good. What do I say? And I say to me, I want you to cut your commission. And in front of like 800 people, he says,
I want you to cut your commission.
you do this. He says no. Oh, that's your phone. And I'm not kidding. He does that every single time. Could you picture? He's the rabbi. He says no. Does having a script help? Yes or no? Knowing what to say help? Yes or no? How's the market? You know, it really depends. You're going to buy, sell, invest, or rent. But let me give you the modern version of it. This is the one that I wrote a year ago. The market is really challenging. We simply do not have enough homes to sell for the number of buyers who are desperately wanting to buy. It's a classic supply and demand situation. I feel like I'm in high school again. I'm curious, what's on your mind? You're asking for a reason. What are you thinking about? Well, my mother is near old and thinking about passing away, and we're thinking about, do we sell our house, or what do we do? Do we turn it into a rental? Everyone that says to you, how's the market, has an underlying reason that they're trying to get to. So if you say to me, it's hot, I don't care. You were right. You're like, it's really busy. Like, okay. And you finally said, well, it's kind of like this, but what's on your mind? Like, that's what you want to get to is, why are you really asking? Does that make sense? If you guys use that, you'll kill it. Let's keep going. Ready? Ivy Zellman, I already told you about. Say that out loud, just the orange part. Say it out loud. Do you want to know why? Because when you're the educator, you are the trusted advisor. When you're the one that knows the market stats better than anybody else, you are the one that they go to. They say, look, I know Sarah, your sister is selling houses. I gotta call my guy because the guy knows the market inside and out. Like, he is unbelievable. You want to be that girl. You want to be that guy. That's why in the schedule it says, study the hot sheets every single day. Let me give you 2 sources of information you need to start paying attention to. Do you all know the company Keeping Current Matters? Okay, so David Childers, the founders of the company, are my friends. We did our show called This Week in Housing. hundreds of thousands of views every time we put it out because agents need to understand the market data and what to say. So if you're on Instagram, just type in Keeping Current Matters. I don't know what their handle is, but like they're a godsend to our industry, right? I'm not an investor. I wish I was. It's like 29 bucks a month, something like that. Whatever it is, pay for it because you'll know more than anyone else, and they give you all these posts to use in your social branded to you. So it's the market updates branded to you, and that's why it's valuable. Okay, let's keep going. Ready? Speaking of social, are you all following me on Instagram? So 8 of you, pull your phones out, please, right now. Go to Instagram, type in Tom Ferry, hit follow. I do so much good stuff there. I just want to give you more. I want the next time I come to El Paso for all of you to walk up and go, oh my God, I used that script. Hey, I did the email. Like, I want that. Yeah. But if we're connected on social, then we can actually, like, we can be closer in our relationship. So wherever your favorite, Instagram, I don't do Clubhouse as much, but Instagram's probably where I'm at the most. And YouTube is my largest audience with like 500,000 people. So I do 6 original shows every week. Look up here, guys. 6 shows every week. Monday morning, Mindset Monday, 1 minute. Just get you fired up, get your head right. Monday afternoon, This Week in Marketing with the extraordinary speaker this afternoon, Jason Pantane on marketing. Tuesday, How to Build Your Team. Wednesday, my podcast just with interesting people, right? Thursday, luxury real estate. We call it the luxury code. Everything you need to know and do to crush luxury. Friday, scripts and skills to build your confidence. 6 shows every week. You know what my goal is? Every agent on the planet's gonna say, I know Tom Ferry. I like him or hate him, I don't care, they know me. You guys with me? Wouldn't you want the same thing in your local marketplace? Yes. Got it. Let's keep jamming, you ready? All right, okay, this one is my favorite. This is the one that my client Maxine Gellens is doing and Tim Smith is doing. We call it the CMA-a-day campaign. So watch this. My dear, right here, with the cool vest and the great glasses. Tell me your name. Daisy. Daisy? Daisy, how many people in your database? Approximately. Approximately. 200. So ready? Every single one of them, whether you do 1 a day, right, which would be great, Monday through Friday minus holidays and weekends is about 200 days. Every day, a past client of Sphere, an old seller, or a friend. What? You're going to email them a video with an attached email, ready, of the update of their market valuation, right? Updating pricing. The video goes like this. Hey Daisy, Tom Ferry, Banana Real Estate, hoping you're having a wonderful start to the new year. I know this Omicron thing is crazy. You're healthy and happy. The 3 questions people ask me every day is, what's my home worth? You're right, should I refi and what's the future? Today I'm delivering what your home is worth. So if you click the link below, you'll see a market valuation on your property. Congratulations, you've done really well. The property price went up dramatically in the last 12 months, but I don't know all the details, so I'm gonna call you tomorrow because if you've done something to fix up the property, it's probably worth more. So I'm calling you tomorrow. Have an awesome day, Daisy. Love you, bye. 200 of them. Do you want more listings? Check, just do this. What if I don't want to shoot the video? Well, then it's kind of like saying, I really want to make that cake, but I don't want to put flour in it. I don't like flour. Okay, do we have a flour replacement? With me? Follow it exactly as I give it to you, and you'll win. Don't, and then you'll complain and say it didn't work, and I'll say, did you follow the formula? You with me? You know, it's kind of like, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the peanut butter, and I'm going to spread it all over the plate. Then I'm going to shove a piece of bread on top. Then I'm going to put some jelly and then shove another piece of bread on top. I have all the elements, wrong formula. Do you guys get that? How many of you guys get that? Follow the formula. Subject line, best email you'll receive this month. Best email you'll receive this month, video, boom, done. Hey, it's your favorite realtor checking in. As I told you the script, look at this. This cute little button, right? She's now doing this at scale. She with a postcard to her entire database with a QR code, driving them back to the HomeBot solution. They sign up for HomeBot and get pricing in real time all the time. And who's on HomeBot? Oh my God, okay, so the 5 of you are pissed that I'm talking about it. Look up here. HomeBot is a secret. I'm not an investor. I wish I was. I invest in a lot of companies. I'd like to own this company. HomeBot, it's a mortgage company that created this software, and they give it to agents for a small fee, right? I'm sure there's a freemium package also. It gives you reports like this. You send a direct mail piece with a QR code or an email with a QR code. Everybody's into QR codes. Thank you, COVID. Bing, takes me right here. I get real-time data, and you know every person that's looking. How many of you got what I just said there? You get notification. Ding, Daisy is right now looking at market valuation. Ding, Tom's on, and then you're like, Daisy, Tom Ferry, how are you? Oh my God, Tom, I was just looking at that thing. I know. You know, Daisy, it's 2022. Of course I know. It's like taking your phone and saying, I really feel like hot fudge sundaes. And then you go on your phone and you're like, why are there ads for hot fudge sundaes? Same thing. You with me? Okay, are you going to do that? HomeBot, yes? Okay, let's keep jamming. Number 4. By the way, my client Maxine Gellens, the 83-year-old, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday. She can't do it on Mondays because she's negotiating like crazy. And Friday she's like, but if I do 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, she's got 6,000 past clients in Sphere in her database. She's been in the business for 50 years, right? She's like, we're just going to go 2015 forward, the people that bought before the prices really accelerated in her market, and we're going to start there, and then we'll go backwards. She won't have to do anything else, and it'll get her the extra business that we want for this year. Okay, number 4, create content for your clients, past clients, and Sphere. So just tell your buddy right now, honestly, how many videos did you shoot last year? Tell your buddy. Tell your buddy. Okay, come back to me. You don't have to say 0 7 different ways. You can just say 0. Or you could say nothing but upside potential. The pretty gal right here with the jean jacket like this, you're a stunning woman. You actually look like my biological mother. The hair, the jean jacket. She's an artist. She lives outside of Portland. You know what she does? She retired as a top sales consultant for a publicly traded pharmaceutical business. And at 61, had made enough money. She's like, I'm done. And you know what she did? She's now 75. She bought like a Winnebago, like those giant RV things. And she sold her house for $1 gazillion. And she took her and her schleppy husband, and they drove all over the country so she could do one thing. She wants to go to gourd festivals because she buys these gourd things and she makes art. Right? Now you say, well, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. She was a Mouseketeer. This is my mom. Like, she's a singer, she's a dancer, she's an artist. Now she makes a couple $100,000 a year selling her gourds because she sells them online, starting with her YouTube channel and her Instagram page, where she's like, hi, I'm Claudia. That's how my mom actually talks. Hi, I'm Claudia. If you hold her still, she goes, You with me? And so you remind, like, same kind of energy. So you're going to kill it, girl power. All right. You can also do stuff like this. Should you not have buyer's guides to El Paso? What do you guys think? Of course you should. And your buyer's guide should be digital PDF on your Google business page, right or wrong? 1,000% yes. And on your website to download. And. How about the investor's guide to El Paso? Hello? That could be in print. You can go old school. I don't care. But here's what you need to know. Look at the number. 81% of consumers expect to watch a video or watch a video to decide. 81% of consumers watch a video before they decide. But I'm not into video. Oh, that's a weird choice. That was cool in 1978. In 2022, saying I'm not into video is like suicide for your business. But Tom, I don't like the way I look. Who cares? Find people that like the way you look. I'm dead. Okay, do you guys understand? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Who you are, that's who you attract. That's okay. I attract spazzy, fast-talking, crazy, right? That's who I attract. I don't get a lot of people like, well, right? But that's okay. I don't need all of them. You don't need all of them. You need like 40 people this year that go, I get you, I like you, I get you, I like you, I get you, I like you. You don't need everyone. Does that make sense? Be unapologetically you. You do that and people are like, dude, I like that guy. He speaks like me, he talks like me, I like that. That's how consumers are always and forever. Do you guys get it? But guess what happens when you put it on video? You know what I love about video? People will say, hey, we're hiring Tom Ferry, watch his videos. And some people will go, I don't like that guy, which is great. Because then they save their time by not showing up, and they don't annoy the shit out of me when they do. Does that make sense? We both win in that, right or wrong? What if they were like, I've never seen this guy before and I hate him? What a waste of time. What if I watch you on video and go, I love this guy? Or what if I watch him and say, he's not for me. He doesn't talk about this, 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 and this. I want to know more about these things. But if you talk about those things, I'd use you because I like your energy. Does that make sense? That's the power of video. So why would you not want to do that? Like, doesn't even make, it's like incomprehensible. All right, let's keep jamming. You ready? Create easily searchable content on Google, right? So I'm going to give you guys a couple things. Ready? This is where you get stuck. I just love that photo, by the way. I like dogs. All right, so you ready? Your content isn't about you, it's for your clients. That's the first thing. Your content isn't about you, it's for your clients. I want you to know what's going on in El Paso. I want you to know what's happening in this school district. I want you to know why Amazon moved here. I want you to know the impact of Blue Origin. I want you to understand the incremental impact of your buying power when rates go from 3.3 to 3.7. If you're buying a $300,000 house, you're now buying a $240,000 house at the same exact payment of a 3.3. Like, you need to be that educator, yes or no, guys? Look up here, at scale, not one-on-one, at scale. So everybody has access to it. And if you speak Spanish, do it both. And I got some clients, it's only in Spanish, it's only in German, it's only in Portuguese, because that's their tribe. So follow the rules, right? Do you. Okay, let's keep jamming. You ready? There's a site called answerthepublic.com. It's too advanced. Okay, this is an easier one. It's called jarvis.ai. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's like, it's just advanced. So we'll get to it. Jarvis.ai. Okay, everyone that took a listing last year, raise your hands. Okay, how much fun is this? For the 900th time in your career. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, light and cheery, dog shit on the ground. Delete, 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 delete. Sun from this direction, blah, blah, blah. Right, like how many times can you do that? On jarvis.ai, do you guys see the highlighted yellow one? Guess what it says? Property description. So Jarvis is an AI robot that writes for you beautifully. And you could say, I want this tone to be whimsical. I want it to be analytical. I want it to be fun. I want it to be direct. You tell it the tone, and then you type in, ready? What do? You go, the fireplace is from 1938. That's special. Fireplace from 1938, wood burning. And then it says, imagine your evenings on a cold night next to a fireplace that you know was built in 1938. You can hear the crackling and the smell. It writes all that for you. You with me? Is that good? Yes or no? Hello? How about for writing your emails? How about for writing your video script? Tab in there, you go, video script. And you're like, I don't know what to say about the market. Then you type in 800 sales a month, 2,800 agents, 200 controlled 73.5% of the market. And it writes a 1 minute, a 3 minute, or a 5 minute script for you. Can you read? You'll be fine. Today in the news. Did anybody know Anchorman? Does anybody know the movie Anchorman? Okay, so you know where I'm going with this. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever's in the script he reads, you know what I'm talking about. The point is simply this. And by the way, do you know on your phone, there's free apps that you can just plug the script in, and while you're looking, the script is just going, and you're like, follow the dots. Today in El Paso, there's 1,847 properties that have been sold, and you're just reading the script. Can you read? Okay, then you can do video. All right, let's keep jamming. Some of you are like, I don't know. Okay, I know why. You ready? You don't know what to say, you don't like how you look or sound, or you don't know how to do it. So which one is it?
Oh no, when you said about do you know how to read?
Oh, you said,
I don't know.
okay, she said, I'm not sure if I know how to read. Okay, then you can memorize it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? You can memorize it, all right? But remember, the content isn't about you, it's all about them. The 3 most important things for Google. How many of you want free leads from Google? guys want a cold call? Like, who are you? Who wants free leads from Google? Say, I. Ready? You should have a video called Moving to El Paso in 2022. That's the subject line of the video. And the video starts and you're like, hey, moving to El Paso in 2022, there's 7 things you need to know. First, fun fact, El Paso home prices went up by 19% between 2020 and 2021. And every prediction says home prices will continue to rise as we go on throughout 2022. What that really means is if you're moving to El Paso, it's important that you narrow down the community you want to live in and your non-negotiables in that new house. So if you're looking for a larger yard, you're probably going to be on this side of town. If you're looking for more ranch style, you're going to be on that side. If you're moving because it's the military, most of the military lives in this part. And you're describing, like they're going like this, oh my God, what a breath of fresh air. She's telling me everything I need to know about trying to navigate moving from here to there. Is that a good idea on video? What do you guys think? And isn't that the same shit that you do when you get in the car and they're like, tell me about El Paso. And you're in the car and you're like, okay, it's 4:30 at night. This is when the traffic gets up. So instead of going that way, you go this way. By the way, that's a really cool bar. That restaurant has the best fish tacos in town. This place is totally sick. That's the cool hotel. This school, that's what you're doing when you're driving around, right or wrong. So why not put it on video? Even better, why not get in your car, put your phone, put it on video, and drive the neighborhood and the community and tell everybody and put it on video. Moving to El Paso, 25 things you need to know. Buying in El Paso, here's what's going on with prices per square foot in communities and what you need to understand. Living in El Paso, these are the 27 things everybody's got to know. Single mom living in El Paso, right? Moving to El Paso with kids, moving with high schoolers. Wouldn't you do every one of those demographics? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You know Google owns YouTube, right? And all Google cares about is, does their search and that content match? No one in your town is doing anything I'm talking about at scale. I have a lot of coaching clients in the room, so don't take that personally. But they're not doing it at scale. So who's going to do it at scale? You guys got it? Okay, so 9 of you. Cool, that's all I needed. All right, let's keep jamming. All right, got to be very mindful of time. Here we go. Number 5. Minimum 1 mailer a month to your entire database. Oh my God, you're talking about video? Now I have to do mail? Yes, it's modality. You with me? I Googled you, I saw you, I watched your video, I see you on Instagram, and I got a mailer in the mailbox, and you emailed me, and you did this. Oh my God, she's unbelievable. And you're a brand new agent, it doesn't matter. You're just doing all the right things. So, mailers, I'm gonna give you guys a couple ideas. You ready? That's the single greatest just sold mailer on the planet. Now, when you get the printable version of this, what you're going to see is the story. Client called us and said, sell our house quickly. Agent said, if I do, you will be leaving a lot of money on the table. If you let me do over the next 4 weeks, the following things, and then you see the before and after photos on the right, what it used to look like, what it looks like, what it used to look like, what it looks like, and then they got them like 109% of asking price with multiple offers, and basically the text is describing what they did. Does that make sense? How many of you guys with me on this? Versus just sold, no one cares. Use a case study, tell them how you did it so they go, I want you to do that. Oh my God, my mother owns a house, it's completely run down. I get that we could probably sell it for 175, but are you saying if we put 20 in, we might be able to sell it for 275? This is good for my family. Let's do it. Now look up here. I know agents that'll pay the $20,000 to get it done. And then there's an unlimited number of companies like Easy Knock and Knock that'll do the bridge financing to get it done. This is the way the world is today. It's about being a consultant, not a salesperson. Let me tell you what your options are. If you just want to sell it as is, I'll buy it myself and I'll take my realtor hat off and we can negotiate and I can reduce 6% off the fees, right? And you're going to get a better price and net and here we go. Or, hey, I can put it in the MLS and sell it to an investor in 2 seconds and you guys do nothing and we'll probably bid it up and get a great price. But if we spend like 4 weeks and we put like 8,000 into it, 7,000 into it, 10,000 into it, you could get like 25% more. Because buyers are willing to pay for clean, ready to go, modernized houses in this neighborhood. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like that's part of the listing presentation today. But see, mailers like this activate that question, that curiosity for the client to say, is there a better way than just putting it in the MLS and just getting it sold? Okay, so let's keep jamming. See this is like another just sold, but the key to this is the QR code. The QR code drives them back to his website where they can say, I want to know more, and watch a video about the house. Does that make sense, everybody? Who's used a QR code in the last 2 years at a restaurant and thought, how stupid is this? As soon as they brought him back, all my association friends, remember in 2011 at NAR when they launched QR codes and everybody was like, whoa, QR codes, we're going to put it on every one of our listing signs. And it was a dead on arrival strategy. It wasn't until the pandemic that QR codes were reactivated. I say take advantage of it because it will end, right? So let's keep jamming. Single greatest quarterly campaign you could ever have. You do those 3 pieces first quarter, then you change them and do them again in the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter. Everybody got it? Everybody got it? Ready? The first one is, hey, here's how many transactions we did in the last quarter. The next one is market update, stats, data, home prices, what's going on. And the last one is 3 things to do in winter, 3 things to do in spring, 3 things to do in summer, 3 things to do in fall. Make sense? Not a lot of creativity, but does make it easier to do because you only have 3 pieces. 1 goes out every month. All right, let's keep jamming. Couple more. Okay, anything with dogs absolutely crushes. See the top corner there? I'm a cat person. Get a dog. All right, 6. By the way, no, you want to know why? A dog that you love as a family pet is also good for at least $10,000 in commissions every year. I'm not kidding, guys. Don't go get a dog if you're a bad person and you would like make them fight and stuff, right? If you're just like, you're basically an expense, right? But if you love your dog and you're out and about, what do people do? Oh my God, we got a dog you have. And then you go to the dog park and what do they all do? Oh, you got a Vizsla? I got a Vizsla. What do you do for a living? I sell real estate. You sell real estate and you have a Vizsla? I want to buy a house from you. How many of you know what I'm talking about? It's nuts. It's nuts. Don't get a cat. All right, number 6. I like cats too. For your very best, a unique gifting. Remember I said there's 8 things you can do, but you're only going to do 2? Number 6 is a gifting strategy. So this, all of you should do this. The left corner over there, the bluish piece, guess what my client did? She called, I think it's like 15 restaurants and said, hi, I'd like to make a reservation for 2 on Valentine's, and I want to buy 2 glasses of wine or champagne and their dessert. Can I get a reservation? Oh, all we have is 6:30. Great, I'll take it. Registered. Calls the next one. All we have is 7:15. Takes it. Then she sends this out in an email and on social to her entire database and said, I know you're running fast and busy. I've made 15 reservations at these times, at these reservations, at these restaurants. First come, first serve. If you'd like one, just let me know. And her phones just blow up. I don't like my clients that much. Okay, let's keep jamming. This is my client, John Grauman, did $750 million in sales. He is in Beverly Hills. His sales prices are high, but they did about 300 transactions, so he's a really productive agent. He mailed 100 of Tony Robbins' Money Matters books with a personal note to every one of his clients, then sent a video and said, hey, I know you're super busy. I sent you a book the last couple of days that I read over the summer by Tony Robbins. I don't know if you've read the book. I think you're going to find a lot of value. I highlighted one page that I thought specifically you might find interest on. It's page 107. And then highlighted, dog-eared, his card, personal note. Thank you so much for being in my life. It was wonderful doing that transaction with you last year. I hope you find value out of this book, right, just as I did. 100 for 100. Thank you, I've already read it. Thank you, that book was awesome. Thank you, that was on my radar. Thank you, how thoughtful. It's the law of reciprocity, right? We give to receive. But he's not giving and saying, now send me a referral. He's giving because he cares about him. And this book for him was meaningful and impactful financially. So things like that. Number 7, you should do 2 community events per year. 2 for your entire database. Look up here, guys. Food, booze, kids, and fun equals referrals. I don't like food, booze, and kids. You're weird. Go get a government job and do something strange. Food, booze, kids, fun equals referrals. Rent out the movie theater for the next Disney film at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning when they make it available for people like us, and then you invite your entire past clients and sphere to come watch the movie, and you go, hey everybody, hey kids, are you guys all ready for the new Hooby-Doo Disney movie? Yay! Well, I'm Sally from, Banana Real Estate, and I've helped so many of your families buy the bedroom that you live in. I just want to thank you guys for all, blah, 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 blah. Enjoy the film, and you turn it on. And then you're standing outside, and what are people doing? Oh my God, thank you so much. I love you. This was so great. Oh, my kids wanted to see this. Is that a good idea, yes or no? You guys must not like your clients. I don't know, I'm getting this weird vibe. So, some people did the Elf movie, some people did parks. I had a client during COVID in California, and they are COVID crazy in LA. I mean, take crazy, times it by 10. They drove around, and get this, Santa with a mask on, my client in the car, the assistant in the back, handing gifts, wearing gloves, leaving it at the doorstep. The kids would come out in the mask, Santa would not get out of the car, and they'd take a selfie. Welcome to California. You with me on this? But my client who did that, what do you think the impact was for her clients? Oh my God, you brought Santa to our house, thank you so much, and you did it in a way. California, God bless them. 8, ready? 1 client appreciation party every single year. 1 client appreciation party, and knowing what I know right now, guess what I told all my clients? I told them last year, like in August, hey, you should probably do it in January or February. Now I'm like, you might want to wait till April or May. You with me? Do it in April, do it in May, you'll be fine. But you know what, again, the more you love on your clients, you guys all get that? So I'll give you an example. Look at all these parties. We're going to run out the bowling alley. We're going to do pumpkin patches. They're just doing things because it's the right thing, because we are like custodians of our communities. We're the people that want to be the most connected in our towns. So, doing these kind of things, it's feel good, but it's also very strategic. It's like, I'll give you an example. I rent out the House of Blues, and I throw parties for 3,000 of my clients, and I make it open bar. Go! And they're just like, bah, Tom Ferry! And I put killer bands on, and they dance all night, and then the next day when the seminar starts at 9, they roll in at 11. Ugh. But it's okay, because they're like, oh my God, it's just the Tom Ferry. You were hearing Mari talk about, she said the ecosystem, that's my community, right? Gotta do those things to strengthen the bond, like your church or anything else. It's a community. Does that make sense? Okay, so here's my question. I don't believe we have an inventory crisis. What we have is a lack of execution. We don't have an inventory crisis because there's plenty of homes. You're just not getting the listings. You're not getting the ones you want at scale. So what we have is an execution issue. So my question for you guys is this, ready? What are you going to do to love on your database? I gave you 8 things. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write. Go. What are you going to do? 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 And remember, you're all getting a copy of the slides. What are you going to do? What are you going to commit to? By the way, are you going to have a schedule? Are you going to get your goals up and visual? Are you going to decide what it is you're truly building and why you're building it? Are you going to start drinking bourbon out of funny plastic glasses? Here's to us. It's not bourbon. It's extra añejo. Kidding. What do you look up here, guys? Hey, really fast. Really fast. Can we, let me say this. Did y'all get some value out of this? Okay, can we give MLS Associates and the association group a giant thank you round of applause? Okay, hold on. Okay, let me restate this. When I say giant, I mean we just won the Super Bowl. This is a magical moment. You're screaming, we did it, right? I need that. Ready? Go. Exactly. If you had any idea how much they paid Jason and I to be here, you would have clapped even more. You with me? Because listen, what that tells me is, do you realize there's like 30 things they could have done? Hey, we can get new carpet in the building, and then we can get a bunch of new furniture, or we can invest in our customers, all of you, and helping you guys get better. That's why they deserve your respect, your trust, and your appreciation. Does that make sense? That's why. Exactly. Okay, so we got 14 minutes. Anything goes, questions. Talk to me. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? Anything goes. Little Q&A. Sir. And I'll repeat the question so everybody hears it.
When you ask about being more on video in TikTok and Facebook, are you talking about make like crazy videos or advertised videos?
Okay, he said, so when you're talking about, for example, we would call it short form video that could be on TikTok, could be on YouTube short form, Instagram short form, Reels, Facebook Reels, like it's short form. Should I be doing advertisement? And then he said, or should I be doing like crazy videos? Okay, are you crazy? Sometimes. So this is what I tell people. Be yourself. So if yourself is crazy sometimes, and then all you do is crazy, people are gonna go, that guy's full of shit. Like, I've known him. Like, he's not like that. Do you know what I mean? Or they'd say, 1 out of 7, he gets a little crazy, which is kind of him. I think he was drinking, right? Like, they'll say that kind of stuff. But see, it's on brand. You with me? It's on brand. So the key is to be on brand. So what I would tell you is, okay, an educated and motivated client takes action. An uneducated but motivated client is uncertain. And an educated but non-motivated client is a waste of time. You with me? So what's the one word in all 3 of those? Educated. So what should you be doing? Education. You with me? Right? Now, you guys have arguably the finest trainer on all of the stuff that is video oriented. Up next after lunch, he works with me. His name is Jason Pantana. He gets hired to speak all over the world. Like we were talking last, he was in Mexico City the day that the US shut down, right? Doing a training for like this giant company down in Mexico City. Like, he's all over the place, but he is like the best at this. I'll tell you the simple answer is, I want you, everyone listen, to take 1 day a month to shoot 30 or 40 1-minute to 3-minute videos, just in 1 day. You with me? So calendar it, and you're like, okay, that means I gotta have a bunch of ideas. How do I get ideas? Okay, what are the questions I get asked the most? What's gonna happen if interest rates go up? Is now a good time to buy in El Paso? Have prices already gone through the roof? You with me on this? Like, we call it the 30-day challenge. Like, you shoot 30 videos answering questions that people have, and then you start every video like that. Tell me your name. Hector. Hey, it's Hector. Now, I wouldn't even do that. You wanna know why? Because they're on your channel and they know your name. So instead I say, home prices, I'll give a better example. How do interest rates impact your purchasing power in 2022? I'm Hector, and what we know is the Fed has already said they're gonna raise the rates 3 times in 2022, once in March, once in summer, once at the end of the year. We also know that the rates always go up before the Fed actually does the hike. We've already experienced one, so here's how it works. And you're on a whiteboard, and you're a $400,000 house with a 3.3 with 10% down, your payment's this, right? But when it goes to 3.5, your purchasing power drops if you want to remain payment the same. If it goes to 3.7 and you want the payment the same, it drops even more. And you're educating, you're just like, for more information, watch my next one, or if you have questions, I'm always here and available. Thanks. And then you do 30 of those. Does that make sense? Now, can I tell you the single best videos on the planet? They're long form videos where you get in your car and maybe like, do you have a kid? How old?
27, 21, 23, and 20.
Okay, grab the 20-year-old and say, sit in the car. And they're gonna go like this, very still. And you're gonna drive neighborhoods, communities, and they're gonna go like this, boy or girl? All boy. Congrats, dude. I got 2 boys. In my family, with 5 of us, we only have 2 girls and 9 boys. I'm like, first of all, the last name is safe, and I think we might be going into a war. Didn't it kind of feel like that? Like, there's just a lot of dudes going on right now. But your son goes like this, like, Hey, Pops, what are we doing today? Literally, however he talks to you is exactly, however he talks to you. Hey, Pops, what are we doing today? And you're like, hey, so today we're driving the Irvine Terrace community, blah, blah, blah. This place was established in 1954. It was originally here because of the military, and you're just telling the history of the community, and then you're driving through and he's going like this, hey, Dad, like what's that house over there? And he points to the house, and then he points back to you and you say, well, what's happened is over the last 7 to 10 years, more and more people are buying these old 2-bedroom, 1-bath, but because the lot size is 8,000, they're taking a piece of the garage and they're adding 2nd and 3rd bedrooms, which is increasing the value, and you can see the front facades are changing, right? Because people are modernizing this neighborhood. And you do that, and then you name it Irvine Terrace Real Estate Driving Tour. And then you go to the next one, and it's Hoobie-Doo Terrace Driving Tour, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. How well do you think those rank when people type in buying a home in neighborhood? And you see Zillow, HomeLight, Realtor, Hector, Video. What does everybody do? 81% of consumers go like this, video. Hey, Pops, where are we today? What does that imply? Hector's been everywhere. He's done more tours. Click on his YouTube channel. Go to the thing that says channel, drive tours. Holy crow, he's gonna teach me about every neighborhood. I'm from California. He just told me exactly where I should live. Let me buy a house from you. You know what people tell me that do video enough? Not in mass, just enough. They say this, I don't have to sell anybody. They know me, they like me, they trust me. They just call and say, let's go. Because they got to know you. You know what they're gonna say to you? Where's your son? Right? Brian, who's behind you on a camera right now, people now know Brian. Tristan, who was with me for 3 years, who's now basically a celebrity videographer. Tristan, if you're watching this, don't get your ego out of whack. But like he's a baller videographer, right? Brian's 23, he's just getting started and he's killing it. GMC just reached out to him for a video that he and his buddies just shot. Like, Brian's gonna ascend and he's gonna quit like in 3 years and he's gonna be a celebrity, the guy behind you. But people will continue, he's like, I'm taking that piece and I'm putting it out on my own channel, right? But see, what's gonna happen is the people around you are gonna start going, hey, where's your son? Oh my God. And then you're like, son, you're getting pretty popular. You might wanna get in the business, man. Because they all wanna talk to you because you're 20. Does that make sense? All because, now you ready? If it's not in your schedule, it doesn't happen. So what if he had every Friday from 9 to 11 do 2 video community tour for the next 12 months? Every Friday. 2 communities, 4 Fridays a month on average, right? 52 Fridays. And all of a sudden, what does his YouTube channel look like? Just do one thing really well and let it ride. Does that make sense? Don't shoot one and say, it didn't work, I only got 3 videos. Did you put it in your email and email it to everybody? Oh, I forgot. You with me? I think I answered more than your question. Hector, to you and your son, man. Make it happen. Okay, who's got a question? How can I help? What's up? Okay, I want some female participation, but I'm coming to you first. And then I'm coming to you. And then I'm going to you. Talk to me, quick. And I'll repeat the question.
You provide a lot of statistical information in
Yes.
your presentation, which makes you look very smart.
Thank you.
Which I like
He
to
said,
use
he goes, you provide a lot of statistical information which makes you look really smart. Ding, 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 ding. Because I am smart. No,
Right.
yes. But shouldn't you do the same?
Right. So where is the source? Like where do you get all
Okay.
this information from?
The people that I study the most from market data, first I read every NAR report, I read all the Zillow reports, I read all the Redfin reports, I read Ivy Zellman religiously, she puts out 2 pieces a day. I read Bloomberg. I don't read any news. I just want housing data. Now what should you do? I pay $2,500 a month to get Ivy Zellman to email me twice a day, so it's kind of valuable for me because she reports to Wall Street. What should you do? You ready? The number 1 most important source for you, Keeping Current Matters. Number 2, Housing Wire. Keeping Current Matters and Housing Wire. Every stat that I shared today will show up in a Housing Wire article for free, certainly in Keeping Current Matters, because even though I'm not an investor, we do a show together, which is my 7th show every month. Does that make sense? So Keeping Current Matters and Housing Wire. Cool? And dude, and thank you for the kicks, bro. You have nice kicks too. Dude, why would anybody wear uncomfortable shoes? I mean, I'm not like the pretty ladies you wear your like high heels and shit, but like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I want to be comfortable. Okay, pretty gal, I saw a hand over here somewhere. There you go. How old are you? Cool. Okay, I'll never do anything with your card.
I just wanted to.
No, I appreciate, no, but I don't. Like, by the way, there is an argument for cards not even existing in real estate, because what you should say is like, beep, you now have my contact information.
I actually have a little dot.
There you go. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. So what can I help you with?
My question is, how would you optimize SEO on Google?
How would I optimize SEO on Google? Okay, there's a site called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy, T-U-B-E, but now don't write that down if you're not doing video. If you're doing video, she wants SEO. She wants her videos to perform better, right? That's what she's really asking. So TubeBuddy is a solution that we use. It's a paid service. So you say, hey, TubeBuddy, this is a video I'm about to put out on YouTube. And it says, because it, it could read everything you say in there. It says, based on that, you should title it this. That will be the most optimized title for people that are searching for what it is you have here. If you just do that, you win. Then it says this content, there's about 20 different keywords that are associated. So when people are searching those keywords, and it'll tell you what do? You copy and paste. Do you follow me? But then it goes one step further. The thumbnail, one could argue, is the most important thing on your video. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the difference between you standing like this and the photo of you like this. Which one do you think is going to get a better click? More enthusiasm, right? Bigger font, right? El Paso home prices going down? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Hey, I'm Sarah from Hooby-Dooville. So many people are saying, Tom, are the El Paso home prices going down? Well, actually, if you look at the data, we had a 19% year-over-year appreciation for 2020. So you answer the question by saying it's wrong. Or you take a headline and you hold the paper up that says something negative about real estate, and you're like, could it be true? And it's like, could it be true? Michael Jackson's alien baby. It's the same thing. How old are you? You don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You're in the grocery store and you're like, what? Michael Jackson's alien baby. National Enquirer, right? Headlines. Headlines, headlines, headlines with a popping photo is going to get clicked more than just you standing there. I start most of my live videos like this. Hey guys, I want to talk to you about something really important today. Because I know when they see this, they're going to be like, Tom's excited about something. And then I'm like, did you know that there's 5 things that are coming at you right now? I go right into whatever I'm talking about. Make sense? TubeBuddy, and then there's this site called Google that if you go to Google Analytics or your Google AdWords account, it'll tell you the most important things that people are searching for. And what I tell people, if people are searching for it on Google, TubeBuddy will tell you if there's no video matching that search. Did you hear what I just said? Do you realize how bananas that is? I started my YouTube channel in 2007. You know what I did? I made shit up in terms of headlines and copy and all, because I didn't know. TubeBuddy now says these 75 things are being searched for in El Paso, and there's no video giving us the answer. The first 75 videos I would do. I'd at least do, no, I do all 75. Because that's only 2 days of filming. You with me? And I'd have all 75 questions that people are asking on Google about El Paso real estate that there is no video associated to. It's still the Wild Wild West, people. It's still the wild, anything is possible. Okay, so I saw another pretty gal. I thought, yes. Tell me your name. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, cool. Diana. Hi, Diana. I'm great. How are you? Thank you. Hey, don't thank me. Thank the association and the MLS. They made it happen.
So I want you to elaborate a little bit more on your answer on commission.
Sure.
So the God thing was really cute.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Sure. Okay, so come here. You put your mask on, whatever, I don't care. Let's role play. So are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm a seller.
You're a seller. Okay. So Diana, so she's a seller. She wants to talk commission. So we're going to do a little role. By the way, not tomorrow's show and not the next Friday's show, but the following Friday's show is all commission objection handling. So I'm gonna give you 1 or 2, but you're gonna get like 30 in 3 weeks on my YouTube channel. So ready? Are you a past client or a sphere? Like, give me context. Who are you? Past client.
So I'm coming to you to help me sell something else.
Okay.
And
Because we're friends.
Yeah.
Because you bought from me multiple times,
Right.
and you referred me 3 pieces of business.
Right.
Are you buying a house from me or not?
I'm selling.
But are you going to take the proceeds from the sell and
Yes.
buy something else from me?
Yes.
Does any of that matter? What do you guys think? Right. So you got to have. You can't handle an objection without knowing what is the puzzle that I'm dealing with here. Okay. So, and your name is Diana?
Yes.
Okay. So Diana, are you as excited as I am? Are you guys ready to get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Okay, so hey, I'm gonna have my assistant sent over. Here's the iPad. Let's start filling out the paperwork. Boom, boom, boom. Signature, signature, signature. And then you finally go, whoa, because it says 6%. Go ahead.
So Tom, I see it says here 6%, but because we've done business in the past, and
Yes.
I'm gonna buy a house from you, what do you say we cut that commission to 4?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking. Tell me why you're asking though.
Just because it's repeat business, and if you won't do it.
Can you
then-
guys hear her kind of? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Ready?
Okay, well, let me just.
I have to take the microphone out of my shirt.
Okay.
You go.
Because we've done business in the past, and I'm gonna give you some more business in the future,
Yeah.
and I just think you should, because maybe I could go to somewhere else and somebody would accept the 4% that I wanted to pay
Sure.
them.
Sure.
But I wanna come to you first, and I
Yes.
wanna see if you'll cut your commission to 4%.
How long have you known each other now?
Oh, 5 years.
5 years. And how much money have I made you in buying the real estate that I told you to buy?
A lot.
And you're rewarding me by,
Cutting your commission.
I don't know how to feel about it. To be honest, I just don't know how to feel about that.
Okay, that's,
No, let's stay in the role play.
okay, all right, Tom, so let me just think about it. I have some other people I want to talk to.
Cool.
And then I'll get back with you.
And that's totally fine, and I honor that position. Let me ask you a question. The next time I find the deals that you're always looking for, should I not call you?
No, continue to call me. I want to see what's out there, and I appreciate that you would call me.
Yeah. Diana, let's be friends and business people for a second, right? I know what you do professionally. If your boss rewarded you after 5 years of hard service with a 20% reduction in your pay, how would you feel?
I would be pissed.
Me too. Why don't we do this? Let's list it at 5%, which is the standard in the marketplace. And what we can do is this. You told me what you really wanted was you wanted to net $100,000 on the sale of the property.
Right.
How about every dollar I get you above $100,000 net, we split it?
How about I go ahead and pay you your 6%?
Now, by the way, here's the thing. You ready? I have handled that objection 7 million times. That's one version. The other version is I can appreciate the fact that you can find 1,000. Matter of fact, Diana, I could line up 1,000 agents outside your door that would do it for 1%, that would do it for $500. The challenge though is look at the way you dress. Look at your lifestyle. You don't live in a discounter world. You live in, I want quality. And it's funny to me when you think about the service that I provide and what we've done together over the last 5 years, that suddenly you're saying, I don't really want quality. What you're saying is, Tom, don't do as much marketing. Don't be as strategic. Don't work as hard. Don't negotiate as much. Versus, I think you should pay me 4% and we offer, 2.5% to the person that brings in the buyer. Like that's how I value my service. But I get there's a ton of people that'll do it for less. I'm just not one of them. Just like your boss who walked in and said, hey, I'm gonna give you a 20% haircut because COVID, you're gonna be like, screw you, I'm gonna go get another job because you know what you're worth, right? This time's exactly like that time. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
And look if you want a discount broker, I'll refer you to a discount broker who will put it in the MLS and it'll sell and you will have a headache, but the deal will get done and you will make a few less dollars because remember, the agents in this town that call me, they know how I price properties and they know how I negotiate. So you just have to decide. I come from abundance. I want to serve you, but I don't need to. It's not going to change my life. So what do you want to do?
Let's sign papers.
No, normally they say, I want to think about it. Right or wrong, guys? I want to think about it. And I say, Diana, Godspeed. And you want to know why? Because I have so many chocolates coming down the chocolate. You with me? But when you only have one, let me give you your script. Okay. Right or wrong?
Oh, no, right.
So you know, you're a lovely woman. Have you read Chris Voss's book?
No.
What? How long have you been in the business?
Many years.
Many years. Want to be a better negotiator?
No, I ask you that question because I handled it like you do.
Good, I love that.
So
See, a veteran, I handled it the same way, right?
I even if I only am working maybe with a few sellers,
Yeah.
it's not worth my time to
Right.
cut my commission because I know what I'm worth.
Bingo.
And I have a lot of experience, and if that seller can't see it, that's okay. I don't need to work with that seller.
Right.
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, so first of all, congrats. Now, hold on. All of you, write this down. The name is Chris Voss, V-O-S-S. So when you go to my YouTube channel tonight, on my channel, hit the search and type in Chris Voss. Chris was the lead hostage negotiator for the FBI for 25 years. So every major hostage situation, he was the guy that would get on the phone and talk people into releasing the child or giving the family back or letting the terrorists letting the people go, but only for 25 years for the FBI. Then he went into private practice teaching the skills. He wrote a book, which is phenomenal. I've interviewed him twice on my show. They are in the top 10 of the most popular because all we do, I'm role playing with the FBI's greatest negotiator on the planet. And guess what we start with? So, Chris, we've been friends for a long time. Will you reduce your fees? You with me? We go through all that stuff. You guys will eat it up. Okay, we give Diana a big round of applause. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, so I think I'm done. And then you guys got to go get some food someplace and then come back because Jason Pantana is going to start at 1. But I want to end with this. You ready, guys? Listen up. Ideas are exciting, but they're meaningless unless you execute. You with me on this? Who's got kids? They get excited about stuff, right or wrong. This week, I want to do Taekwondo. Next week, I'm going to be baseball. Next week, I want to be a police officer. You're like, please just do something. That's the message. You're all beautiful, you're all powerful, and the market's going to be bananas for you for the next 5 to 7 years. I would just be disappointed for you if you weren't out in front of it, being culturally relevant, helping as many people as you can, and making the biggest dent in your world that you can. God bless you guys. Thanks for the time today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Russell, for making this happen, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what do they do now? Okay. Quick announcement, guys, quick announcement.
All right, guys, so there's food trucks outside, or if you guys can finally or quickly get something to eat and come right back, because Jason starts at 1 o'clock. So hurry, eat fast, no talking.
It's not your last meal.
Unless-
Just get food. Hurry.
Unless you're shooting a video, then you can be late.